Welcome back. This is the Gallows Show on SuperTalk Mississippi. Richard Cross in for Paul. I've never been welcomed quite so well as when Joe Max Higgins walked in and goes, "You mean I don't get to meet the little Italian guy?" Well, thanks. I'm glad to be here, too. Great to see you. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Thanks for being with us today. This is a special day for us, 3 years in a row that we've been here to recognize Child Abuse Prevention Month. Sally Kate Winters Family Services, so important to this West Point community and to kind of the surrounding area as well. We're going to talk, obviously, about what's going on with Development Link and your particular role. But can you speak a little, as we start, to the importance of Sally Kate Winters Family Services to this community?
Yeah, look, a community is made up of a whole lot of things, okay? And it's not just industrial recruitment or retail or nice restaurants to eat. You got to have the whole picture.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, some bad things happen in places. And these folks here are here to take care of probably the most vulnerable population that we have.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell people I feel sorry for little kids and old people. And you know, the middle of the pack I don't care too much about. They can figure it out. But children, and especially vulnerable children that are abused, to have a place that they could go and be embraced and somebody tell them it's all right,
yeah,
is a big deal.
We don't fall into the category of old people, though, right?
No, I'm not worried about us. No.
Not right now. Also a big deal. Somewhat unrelated, but also in support roles for the things that are happening at Sally Kate Winters Family Services is the growth that's happening in the Golden Triangle writ large. I was actually talking with Lisa a second ago about kind of the role that a university community has without Mississippi State being here in West Point, because I feel like the Golden Triangle really is tied together. Columbus, West Point, Starkville, and the surrounding communities.
Well, they are, and I cannot remember his name, but the publisher of the West Point newspaper decades and decades ago, he's the one that's credited with coining the phrase the Golden Triangle.
Okay,
and it was an aspirational goal. I think that's what it was set up as, because we weren't golden, still are not golden yet. Working on it. But you know, probably West Point is more credited with more than any of the two of having the leadership to see the vision. Kenny Deal was mayor of West Point for 32 years, I think. He's the one that pushed the Golden Triangle Airport for all 6 communities, the 3 counties, the 3 cities, to build a co-located airport.
Yeah.
He's the one that pushed, and it's not sexy, but the Golden Triangle landfill. So, you know, we've been a region for a long time, and we've done some things regionally. It's just in the last 10 years that we figured out what I do regionally.
So Lisa mentioned earlier when the Bryan Foods plant closed, it was such a blow to this part of the state of Mississippi. But it allowed for kind of reimagining. But from your standpoint, it also necessitated industrial growth to create jobs and create opportunities for community members.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't work for West Point when Bryan closed. When Bryan Foods or Sara Lee closed, we didn't work for them. And I remember in Columbus, somebody said, "Well, I hate it for them. They lost all those jobs." And I said, "Well, 258 of them lived here."
Yeah.
So let's understand that. It wasn't short. It wasn't just Sara Lee. It was Blazon Tube. It was Flexible Flyer. It was B&W. They had a lot of closings. Artex.
Yeah.
At one time, West Point had the highest unemployment during that time, the highest unemployment percentage in the state at 22%. That's when we started working for them. Today it's around 3%.
My math's not great, but that means if you put 10 people in a room, 2 of them don't have a job. That's scary.
Right. It was bad. It was scary. It was bad, and their leaders came to our leaders and said, "Hey, we want to figure out something," and that's when we started working for them. We identified the Prairie Belt Power Site as a major mega site, potential site.
Yeah.
We started working, developing it, and within 2 years we had Yokohama going on it. And since then it's just changed. I mean,
what does landing one of those big fish, and I mean that in the most complimentary way possible to Yokohama, what does landing something like that in terms of industrial development, copycat's not the right word, but Does catching the first fish make it easier to catch others?
Absolutely, because understand this, attracting a Japanese company, some people in our business will tell you it's a holy grail.
Okay.
They're very discriminating on what they look at for sites. It's hard to get them. Not a lot of companies have a Japanese company in their town.
Yeah.
And it almost gives a stamp of, hey, something's okay here. And, you know, we did that. We did Pico. We did Plum Creek. We've now done Owl's Head. We've created about 2,600 jobs in a town of 10,000 people in 10 years.
One of the concerns that always exists for any company that's coming in is staffing. And it's not just labor force, it's skilled labor force. How have you addressed that?
Well, a long time, probably before any other community in Mississippi really talked about it out loud. We knew that it's our Achilles heel, it's everybody's Achilles heel.
Right.
And so we started working on building the communiversity. That's our industrial training center. There's nothing like it in the Southeast. It's a $44 million building, 130,000 square feet. Used to at our training center, we would use bays, and we would bring you and a class in and teach a class, and then roll up the door and take the flexible CNC machine out, and tomorrow bring in another machine. Now we have 21 bays, so we just move you from place to place to place, and it's letting us throughput a lot of people. We're still not getting.
What are those skills that you're teaching there?
Well, it's high end stuff. It's mechatronics. It's hydraulics, pneumatics, it's programmable logic, it's cabling and wiring. We're not teaching, and not that these are bad trades, we're not teaching like plumbing and how to build a wall.
Yeah.
A mechatronics person with a 2-year degree can make $80,000. With a 4-year degree, they can make $120,000.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, and what that is you're not, Richard, you're not an expert at anything, but you can do some computer programming, you can do some hydraulics, you can do some electrical work. Mac Patera made a statement, is a mechatronics person is the one that keeps the symphony of robots working in a plant.
That's incredible.
And that's a pretty good analogy.
Visiting with Joe Max Higgins, he's CEO of the Golden Triangle Development Link. We're talking about some of the economic development things that are happening in this part of the state of Mississippi. In terms of future development, I don't get the impression from a short visit with you that you're one that's ready to just put your foot on the brake and ease down the road.
Now, I've got a calendar date circle, but we're not there yet. So we've got right now over $3 billion worth of projects under construction.
$3 billion with a B.
$3 billion with a B. We've got, I think, 7 projects that will or have started in 2024. All around, we got Amazon in Starkville building onto their building. We got Owl's Head up here. We got a host of projects at Golden Triangle. Our book of business is pretty well not set, but here at the first quarter, we've had a hell of a year.
Yeah.
And we've still got 3 quarters to go. And probably the crown jewel is the Cinco mega site. And, a lot of people say we've got a mega site. Well, this is our 5th. That's why it's called Cinco. There's a little mic drop point there.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
It's our 5th one. So the first one was home to the steel mill. The second one was home to Pat Carr. The third one's home to Yokohama. The 4th one is home to Aluminum Dynamics. And we've got a 1,500-acre site that we just got the environmental reports back yesterday.
So one of the things that you have to be able to do this is availability of land, right? And,
yes.
And that's one thing that exists within this 3-county region.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
do you guys purchase the land, or do you just lay the groundwork for those companies to purchase it?
No. So historically, here's how we've done it: is we've got the green light. We're funded by the 3 counties and the 3 cities now. It used to be one, but it was the same concept. Is we've got the latitude to identify the property, place it under option. We get funds from the city and/or county, whoever's doing the deal, to do all the due diligence. We market the site, and it's assignable. And in every case that we've done, we've either assigned it to the county or the economic development authority or district.
Yeah.
And then they've transacted it to the company. On the Cinco mega site, we have already transacted our options, the links options on the site, to the Lowndes County Industrial Development Authority.
Only a minute and a half left, or a little bit less than that. What is your mandate for the future?
By mandate from somebody's given me, or
yeah.
what? I don't know that I don't know if I've been given a mandate. I think it's just keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
We set, when we started this thing, We said at 20 years we want to be at $10 billion and 8,000 jobs.
Okay.
It took us to 2022 because of COVID, but we've shattered that. We don't have any jobs and investment goals for the next 5 years because we've got so much going. We think we just need to take care of what we got and develop the Cinco mega site for the next 5 years.
That's absolutely incredible. Joe Max Higgins, CEO of the Golden Triangle Development Link, advocate for Sally Kate Winters Family Services, and certainly an advocate for the Golden Triangle. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
Great to visit with you. The Gallows Show rolls on after this. SuperTalk Mississippi on this Thursday morning from West Point at Sally Kate Winters.